Good morning. I read in Open Windows today that Satan will never rest until he is finally judged. His death is certain, but he's still alive. He's alive and well on this planet. He causes havoc for all of us, but the book of Revelations describes his judgment. It's as sure as if it's already happened, as God can see it like yesterday. He says in Revelation 1:8, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I am the one who is, who always was, and who is still to come, the Almighty. God saw Revelation before he ever formed the world. So it's like a movie that he's already seen. I can read in Psalm 139:16 that I saw you while you were still in the womb. Every day of your life was recorded before there was even one. I'm not reading that as I should, but that's basically what it's saying. He said, I formed you in the womb, and I had plans for you before I formed you, and before I even formed the earth for you to live on. So he says in Joshua 1:9, I command you, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. So he's saying, I've already seen this movie and I know how it ends. And I'm going to be with you every minute of the day and every step of the way. So you don't have to be concerned. Whenever I was a kid, we went to the movies every Saturday evening, I believe. And there was always a serial, which is part of an ongoing story. And always the hero was left hanging in a situation that looked impossible for him. And we had to come back next week to see how that worked out. But it always worked out that he got out of that one. But he was in another one at the end of that serial, waiting for next week. And that's what life is like for us. It's just full of ups and downs. And that's what John 16:33 is talking about when Jesus said, I have told you all these things so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. And he's already overcome the world. On the cross, he killed sin and death. He did away with Satan forever and ever, but he left him just enough life to cause havoc in our lives. So he's like a snake with his head cut off. He's still wiggling around, trying to do stuff that he used to do. And it says there that he will continue to do that until he is finally judged. But we can read Revelation and know that he is judged. So right now, we're just acting out the details of daily life, the struggles that we're going through that God has already seen that we have victory over. So when we get down and out, we should know that this is not God's work in us. That is Satan's touch in our lives. He wants us to be miserable and confused. He doesn't want us to trust in the Lord, because that gives us peace. And so he's working against us every moment. And when God assures us that we can trust in him, because he's already seen the movie, how it ends. And he says, don't be afraid or worried, because I've got it all under control. He says in Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. So whenever we're worried and concerned because we are in that position that the hero is left in it every week, we're anxious, but there's going to be a next week, and God's going to get us out of that one. He'll let us get into another one, because that's what life is all about. But we can trust him no matter what, because he has a plan for us in Jeremiah 29:11.